The Rigveda, hymn 10.124, Agni, etc. 9 verses. Come to this sacrifice of ours, O Agni, threefold, with 7 threads and 5 divisions. Be our oblation bearer and proceder. Thou hast lain long enough, enduring darkness. I come, a god foreseeing, from the godless to immortality by secret pathways, while I, ungracious one, desert the gracious, leave mine own friends, and seek the kin of strangers. I, looking to the guest of other lineage, have founded many a rule of law and order. I bid farewell to the great God, the Father, and for neglect obtain my share of worship. I tarried many a year within this altar. I leave the Father, for my choice is Indra. Away pass Agni, Varuna, and Soma. Rule ever changes. This I come to favor. These Asuras have lost their powers of magic, but thou, O Varuna, if thou dost love me, O king, discerning truth and right from falsehood, come and be lord and ruler of my kingdom. Here is the light of heaven, here is all lovely. Here there is radiance, here is air's wide region. Let us two slaughter Vritra. Forth, O Soma, thou art oblation. We therewith will serve thee. The sage hath fixed his form by wisdom in the heavens. Varuna, with no violence, let the waters flow. Like womenfolk, the floods that bring prosperity have caught his hue and color as they gleamed and shone. These wait upon his loftiest power and vigor. He dwells in these who triumph in their godhead. And they, like people who elect their rulers, have an abhorrence, turned away from Vritra. They call him Swan, the abhorrent flood's companion. Moving in friendship with celestial waters, the poets, in their thought, have looked on Indra, swiftly approaching when Anushtubh calls him. Godhead, if you believe the term is accurate regarding an individual or group, indicates that there are other deities, lesser deities. In monotheism, there is no Godhead. Hymn 10.125, Vak, 8 verses. I travel with the Rudras and the Vasus, with the Adityas and all gods I wander. I hold aloft both Varuna and Mitra, Indra and Agni, and the pair of Asthins. I cherish and sustain high-swelling Soma. Tvashtar, I support Pushan and Bhaga. I load with wealth the zealous sacrificer who pours the juice and offers his oblation. I am the queen that gather up of treasures, most thoughtful, first of those who merit worship. Thus gods have established me in many places, with many homes to enter and abide in. Through me alone all eat the food that feeds them. Each man who sees, breathes, hears the word outspoken. They know it not, but yet they dwell beside me. Hear one and all, the truth as I declare it. I verily myself announce and utter the word that gods and men alike shall welcome. I make the man I love exceeding mighty, make him a sage, a Richa, and a Brahmin. I bend the bow for Rudra, that his arrow may strike and slay the hater of devotion. I rouse and order battle for the people, and I have penetrated earth and heaven. On the world's summit I bring forth the Father, my home is in the waters, in the ocean. Thence I extend o'er all existing creatures, and touch even yonder heaven with my forehead. I breathe a strong breath, like the wind and tempest, the while I hold together all existence. Beyond this wide earth and beyond the heavens, I have become so mighty in my grandeur. And we can't expect deity to change things for us if we're not making those efforts to change for ourselves, drawing back the bow, calling people towards the effort. Other such things. Hymn 10.126, Vedas, 8 verses. No peril, no severe distress, ye gods affects the mortal man, whom Aryaman and Mitra lead, and Varuna of one accord beyond his foes. This very thing do we desire, Varuna, Mitra, Aryaman, whereby ye guard the mortal man from sore distress, and lead him safe beyond his foes. These are each one our present helps, Varuna, Mitra, Aryaman, best leaders, best deliverers, to lead us on and bear us as safe beyond our foes. Ye compass round and guard each man, Varuna, Mitra, Aryaman. In your dear keeping may we be, ye who are excellent as guides beyond our foes. Adityas are beyond all foes, Varuna, Mitra, Aryaman. Strong Rudra with the Marut host, Indra, Agni, let us call for weal beyond our foes. These lead us safely over all, Varuna, Mitra, Aryaman. These who are kings of living men, over all troubles, far away beyond our foes. May they give bliss to aid us well, Varuna, Mitra, Aryaman. May the Adityas, when we pray, grant us wide shelter and defense beyond our foes. As in this place, O holy ones, ye Vasus, freed even the Gauri when her feet were fettered. So free us now from trouble and affliction, and let our life be lengthened still, O Api. And it's important to have a consciousness beyond the fact that you have enemies or difficulties in this world. In 10.127, Night. With all her eyes, the godless night looks forth approaching many a spot. She hath put all her glories on, immortal, she hath filled the waste. The goddess hath filled height and depth. She conquers darkness with her light. The goddess, as she comes, hath set the dawn, her sister, in her place, and then the darkness vanishes. So favor us this night, O thou whose pathways we have visited. As birds their nest upon the tree, the villagers have sought their homes, and all that walks and all that flies, even the falcons, fain for prey. Keep off the she-wolf and the wolf, O Urmya, keep the thief away. Easy be thou for us to pass, clearly hath she come nigh to me who decks the dark with richest hues. O morning, cancel it like debts. These have I brought to thee like kine. O night, thou child of heaven, accept this laud as for a conqueror. One wonders why the gendering occurs and why it's one gender, one culture versus another gender, another culture when it comes to the forces of nature. Hymn 10.128, Vedas, 9 verses. Let me win glory, Agni, in our battles, and kindling thee, may we support our bodies. May the four regions bend and bow before me. With thee for guardian, may we win in combat. May all the gods be on my side in the battle. The Marutas led by Indra, Vishnu, Agni. Mine be the middle air's extended region, and may the wind blow favoring these my wishes. May the gods grant me riches. May the blessing and invocation of the gods assist me foremost in fight. Be the divine invokers. May we, unwounded, have brave heroes around us. For me, let them present all my oblations, and let my mind's intention be accomplished. May I be guiltless of the least transgression, and all ye go is, do ye combine to bless us. Ye six divine expanses, grant us freedom. Here, all ye gods, acquit yourselves like heroes. Let us not lose our children, or our bodies. Let us benefit the foe, King Soma. Baffling the wrath of our opponents, Agni, guard us as our infallible protector. Let these my foes turn back and seek their houses, and let their thought who watch at home be ruined. Lord of the world, creator of creators, the Savior God who overcomes the foeman, may gods Brihaspati, both asins, shelter from ill the sacrifice and sacrificer. Foodful and much invoked, at this our calling, may the great bull vouchsafe us wide protection. Lord of bay coursers, Indra, blew our children, harm us not. Give us riot as prey to others. Let those who are our foemen stay afar from us. With Indra and with Agni, we will drive them off. Vasus, Adityas, Rudras have exalted me, made me far-reaching, mighty, thinker, sovereign lord. And when it comes to the human heroes, you could say, there's the innocent, but the infallible, well, the light beings, the devas, and some of the asuras are innocent too. Is hymn 10.129, creation, 7 verses. You know, because infallible, as in, you know, they can't make a wrong decision. They're not given that capability. Then was not non-existence nor existence. There was no realm of error, no sky beyond it. What covered in and where, and what gave shelter? Was water there unfathomed depth of water? Death was not then, nor was there aught immortal. No sign was there, the days and nights divider. That one thing, breathless, breathed, by its own nature, apart from it, was nothing whatsoever. Darkness there was, at first concealed in darkness. This, all was indiscriminated chaos. All that existed then was void and formless. By the great power of warmth was born that unit. Thereafter rose desire in the beginning, desire the primal seed and germ of spirit. Sages who searched with their heart's thoughts discovered the existence kinship in the non-existent, traversely with their severing line extended. That was above it then, and what below it? There were begetters, there were mighty forces, free action here and energy up yonder. Who verily knows, and who can here declare it? Whence it was born, and whence comes this creation? The gods are later than this world's production. Who knows, then, whence it first came into being? He the first origin of this creation, whether he formed it all or did not form it. Whose eye controls this world in highest heaven? He verily knows it. Or perhaps he knows not. And, well, if anybody's going to know, it's going to be the ultimate creator. But we have these ideas of demiurges. Demiurges aren't the same thing as, like, because I understand how the Jews and the Christians may talk about God. You may think, well, there's something higher than that, right? But then again, there's, you know, there are entities, the planets and stuff like that. They're not gods per se. You know, they're the Vedas of this, or that. In 10.130, creation. 7. Well, I guess the point is that the composer of the hymn didn't necessarily know, or the composer of the hymn was getting into question. The sacrifice drawn out with threads on every side, stretched by 100 sacred ministers, and one. This do, these fathers weave, who hitherward are come. They sit beside the warp and cry, weave forth, weave back. The man extends it, and the man unbinds it. Even to this vault of heaven hath he outspun it. These pegs are fastened to the seat of worship. They made the summon hymns their weaving shuttles. What were the rule, the order, and the model? What were the wooden fender and the butter? What were the hymn, the chant, the recitation, when to the god all deities paid worship? Closely was Gayatri, conjoined with Agni, and closely Savitar combined with Ushne, brilliant with Uktas, Soma, joined Adashtubh. Brahaspati's voice by Brahati was aided. Viraj adhered to Varuna and Mitra. Here Trishtubh, day by day, was Indra's portion. Jagati entered all the gods together, so by this knowledge men were raised to riches. So by this knowledge men were raised to riches. When ancient sacrifice sprang up, our fathers with mind's eye, I think that I behold them who first performed the sacrificial worship. They who were versed in ritual and meter, in hymns and rolls, were the seven godlike rishis. Viewing the path of those of old, the sages have taken up the reins like chariot drivers. And we see here that all the light beings pay worship to ultimate deity. And there are different types of hymns and different ways about it. The Upanishads do illuminate some of this, but I would think that some of it has been lost to history, and some of that is recreation rather than the original thing. Hymn 10.131, Indra. Drive all our enemies away, O Indra, the western mighty conqueror, and the eastern hero. Drive off our northern foes and southern, that we in thy wide shelter may be joyful. What then, as men whose fields are full of barley reap the ripe grain, removing it in order, so bring the food of those men, bring it hither, who went not to prepare the grass for worship. Men come not with one horse at sacred seasons. Thus they obtain no honor at assemblies. Sages desiring herds of kine and horses, strengthen the mighty Indra for his friendship. Ye Asthans, Lord of Splendor, drank full draughts of grateful summer juice, and aided Indra in his work with Namucha of Asura birth. As parents aid a son, both Asthans Indra aided thee with their wondrous powers and wisdom, when thou with might hadst drunk the draught that gladdens. Sarasvati, O Mangaman, refresh thee. Indra is strong to save, rich in assistance may he, possessing all, be kind and gracious. May he disperse our foes and give us safety, and may we be the lords of hero vigor. May we enjoy his favor, his, the holy, may we enjoy his blessed loving kindness. May this rich Indra, as our good protector, drive off and keep afar all those who hate us. And it's important to remember that no creature is born a demon. They're born an Asura, Jinn, Fairy, whatever. But they could have chosen the same hero side as the Devas, the light beings. Hymn 10.132, Mitra Varuna, 7 verses. May Dyaus, the Lord of lauded wealth and earth, stand by the man who offers sacrifice. And may the Asvins, both the gods, strengthen the worshipper with bliss. As such we honor you, Mitra and Varuna, with hasty zeal, most blessed, you who sustain the folk. So may we, through your friendship for the worshipper, subdue the fiends, and when we seek to win your love and friendship, we who have precious wealth in our possession, are when the worshipper augments his riches, let not his treasures be shut up. That other Asura too was born of heaven. Thou art, O Varuna, the king of all men. The chariot's lord was well content, forbearing to anger death by sin so great. This sin hath Sakaputa here committed. Heroes who fled their dear friend he slayeth. When the steed bringeth down your grace and favor in bodies dear and worshipful, your mother Aditya, ye wise, was purified with water, even as earth is purified from heaven. Show love and kindness here below, wash her in rays of heavenly light. Ye twain have seated you as lords of wealth, as one who mounts a car to him who sits upon the pole, upon the wood. These are disheartened tribes. Durmedas saved from woe. Samhitas saved from woe. And one can think of the hero deeds or the type of spiritual entities that are mentioned in regard to certain things as one does things as a cosmological model to aspire to. Hymn 10, 133, Indra, 7 verses. Sing strength to Indra, that shall set his chariot in the foremost place, giver of room in closest fight, slayer of foes in shock of war. Be thou our great encourager, let the weak bowstrings break upon the bows of feeble enemies. Thou didst destroy the dragon, thou sentest the rivers down to earth. Bowless, O Indra, what'st thou born? Thou tendest well each choicest thing. Therefore, we draw us close to thee. Let the weak bowstrings break upon the bows of feeble enemies. Destroyed be all malignities in our enemies' designs. Thy bow thou castest at the foe. O Indra, who would smite us dead, thy liberal bounty give us wealth. The robber people round about, O Indra, who watch and aim at us, trample them down beneath thy foot. A conquering scatterer art thou. Whoso assails us, Indra, be the man a stranger or akin. Bring down thyself, his strength, although it be as vast as are the heavens. Close to thy friendship do we cling, O Indra, and depend on thee. Lead us beyond all pain and grief, along the path of holy law. Do thou bestow upon us her, O Indra, who yields according to the singer's longing, that the great cow may with exhaustless udder, pouring 1,000 streams, give milk to feed us. And if we have the right consciousness, the right principles, certainly we want what goes along with our own voice. And we want, of course, beyond guilt, shame, fear, pain, all that stuff. Hymn 10, 134, Indra, 7 verses. As like the morning thou hast filled, O Indra, both the earth and heaven, so as the mighty one great king of all, the mighty world of men. The goddess mother brought thee forth, the blessed mother gave thee life. Relax that mortal's stubborn strength, whose heart is bent on wickedness. Trample him down beneath thy feet, who watches for and aims at us. The goddess mother brought thee forth, the blessed mother gave thee life. Shake down, O slayer of the foe, those great, all splendid enemies. With all thy powers, O Sakra, all thine help, O Indra, shake them down. As thou, O Satakratu, thou, O Indra, shakest all things down, as wealth for him who sheds the juice, with thine assistance 1,000-fold. Around on every side like drops of sweat, let lightning flashes fall. Let all malevolence pass away from us like threads of durva grass. Thou bearest in thine hand a lance, like a long hook, great counselor, as with his foremost foot a goat. Draw down the branch, O Magavan. Never, O gods, do we offend, nor are we ever obstinate. We walk as holy texts command. Closely we clasp and cling to you, cling to your sides, beneath your arms. And in the Bibles, there's that metaphor of like a chicken with its chicks, well, like a hen with its chicks, right? Or an eagle, mother spreading its wings, something like that. Or maybe there's a couple passages. Hymn 10, 135, Yama, 7 verses. In the tree clothed with goodly leaves, where Yama drinketh with the gods, the father master of the house tendeth with love our ancient sires. I looked reluctantly on him who cherishes those men of old, on him who treadest that evil path, and then I yearned for this again. Thou mountest, though thou dost not see, O child, the new and wheelless car, which thou hast fashioned mentally, one-poled but turning every way. the car which thou hast made to roll hitherward from the sage's child, this hath the summon followed close, hence laid together on a ship. Who was the father of the child, who made the chariot roll away? Who will this day declare to us how the funeral gift was made? When the funeral gift was placed, straightway the point of flame appeared. A depth extended in the front, a passage out was made behind. Here is the seat where Yama dwells, that which is called the home of gods. Here minstrels blow the flute for him. Here he is glorified with songs. And it's important to set some places apart by the use of hymns and such there. Hymn 10.136, Cassins, 7 verses. He with the long, loose locks supports Agni in moisture, heaven and earth. He is all sky to look upon. He with long hair is called this light. The Munis, girdled with the wind, were garments soiled of yellow hue. They, following the wind's swift course, go where the gods have gone before. Transported with our manhood, we have pressed on into the winds. Ye therefore, mortal men, behold our natural bodies, and no more. The Muna made associate in the holy work of every god, looking upon all varied forms, flies through the regions of the air. The steed of Vata, Vayu's friend, the Muna, by the gods impelled, in both the oceans, hath his home, in eastern and in western sea, treading the path of sylvan beasts, Gandharvas and Apsaras. He with long locks, who knows the wish, is a sweet, most delightful friend. Vayu hath churned for him he poundeth things most hard to bend, when he with long loose locks hath drunk with Rudra water from the cup. And it's not that deity eats and drinks, it's that we and the forces of nature take part in such things in the name of, in the principles of, according to the rules of, as sort of a representation. Hymn 10.137, Devas. Ye gods, raise up once more the man whom ye have humbled and brought low. O gods, restore to life again the man who hath committed sin. 2 several winds are blowing here from Sindhu, from a distant land. May one breathe energy to thee, the other blow disease away. Hither, O wind, blow healing balm, blow all disease away, thou wind. For thou who hast all medicine, comest as envoy of the gods. I am come nigh to thee with balms to give thee rest and keep thee safe. I bring thee blessed strength. I drive thy weakening malady away. Here the gods deliver him, the Marutas band deliver him. All things that thee deliver him, that he be freed from his disease. The waters have their healing power, the waters drive disease away, the waters have a balm for all. Let them make medicine for thee. The tongue that leads the voice proceeds then with our 10-fold branching hands, with these 2 chasers of disease, we stroke thee with a gentle touch. Now, cleanliness and all that is important, and one never knows. Sometimes the simplest things are the best treatments. But it's important to know that there are different treatments and stuff out there, and certainly modern medical science has things that are unique to itself in terms of what it has available to help us.